and welcome to this edition of Canton Contact. I'm your host, Peg Stevens. My first guest today is here to tell us about some affordable healthcare initiative resources that are available in our area. Joining me now with all the details is Janice Norwood, a certified marketplace navigator from the Garden City Community Resources Department. Janice, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Now, why don't you start by telling us what exactly is the marketplace?
Okay, well, the marketplace is, if you would, kind of think about a mall area, and all of these different affordable healthcare plans are in this mall. So it's kind of like a shopping venue, if you will. And it offers a lot of different kinds of plans, healthcare plans and coverage, and so that's pretty much what it is. It was created out of the Affordable Health Care Act, and it is the law that everyone does have insurance, so that's what it is.
And who do you service?
We service the Wayne County area. That's pretty much who our grant is through, from Wayne County. And anyone can come to our offices and come in, and we will sit down with you and we'll just help you navigate that whole system of applying for healthcare coverage, because it can get a little tricky.
Oh, I bet.
Yes, absolutely.
So who exactly is eligible for your services?
Now, with that, you basically have to come in to really determine, but everyone does have to have insurance. So once you come in and sit down with us, then based on your income and other different factors, that will determine whether or not you're eligible or what is really happening. Because you come in doesn't necessarily mean that you're eligible. So that first contact is sitting down with you and then going through your situation.
So what ages exactly are we talking about?
We're talking about from, well, the adult ages, 18 on up. Those who are 18 and under generally can be on their parents' insurance if they have, the parents have it. Mm-hmm. Once they turn 26, then they're eligible to go ahead and apply for their own insurance and health care. But the ages span from 18 on up to 70, 80.
Sure,
so
sure.
Any age.
Ah. And how is eligibility determined?
Again, it's all based on your personal situation. We don't do any determinations when you come into our office. We take all of your information, and then that information will go on to the next area, which is our Department of Human and Health Services. So they would make the determinations, again, based on income, based on housing size, a lot of different variables. So once you do all of that, then you will receive a letter from these people, and they will let you know whether or not you're eligible based on what you've given them.
Oh, sure, sure. Mm-hmm. So walk me through an appointment.
Okay.
What sort of documents should someone bring?
When you come in, the main things you will need from you are your ID, so your driver's license or your Michigan card, or your Social Security card. So we'll need to identify and make sure you're who you say you are. Mm-hmm. And if you have any kind of a notice from the healthcare area, bring that with you. And the more you have, the more thorough you are with your documents and your paperwork, the quicker the process can go.
Oh, sure, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And how does someone sign up for an appointment?
You can just call us. We have 5 different locations. You give us a call, and then we'll schedule an appointment with you, have you come on in, and then we'll be happy to sit down with you and work with you.
Oh, great. Mm-hmm. And when does the healthcare enrollment take place?
Well, right now is our special enrollment period. So what that means is you can come on in if you have a special circumstance, such as you're getting married, or you've lost a job, or you've had a child. Those things would be considered special changes, mm-hmm. life changes. So that's what we're in right now. So anyone can come in during this period, if you have something like that. Now, open enrollment would begin November 1, so that's when everybody can come on in. But right now, the emphasis is on special enrollment. Also, I want to just emphasize that our services are free, so there's no cost for anybody to come in for us to sit down and meet with you, talk with you, help navigate you through that system. So it's a great service, and we really want the community to take a look at us, to come on in, call us, and we'd be more than happy to service.
No, absolutely. And it sounds like folks can find out what options they have available to them.
Yes, and that's the big thing. Everybody has different needs. Everyone's situation is different. So we're set up to provide options for people. All kinds of options in terms of health coverage and help with getting your premiums paid for monthly. We have those kinds of things, advanced tax credit, advanced tax premium credits. That helps people to pay for it because it can get expensive. There's something called cost sharing that can help people to pay for coverage. So there's things to help you.
Oh, so if I'm understanding correctly, so there are programs out there that will help people pay
Yes,
for
absolutely.
their health care.
Absolutely.
Ah.
Yes. Yes.
Excellent.
Financial assistance to help you
Sure,
if you're
sure.
qualified.
And you said the enrollment period starts November 1.
November
and
1.
how long does that
And
run?
that would run until January 31 of the new year.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Now, again, how does the appointment work so that folks at home, if they're interested, what do they
Okay.
do to get an appointment with you or one of
Well,
the other locations?
Yes, they would just call us again, and we'll set up an appointment that's convenient for them. We try and make ourselves available morning, evening, and sometimes even on some weekends. We can try and arrange whatever is most comfortable. You come in and we'll sit down with you. You bring all of your documents and we answer all of your questions and we walk you through from A to Z through the process.
Excellent. So for those individuals who currently might have some health care and they're not satisfied with it, it sounds like they can still come in and find out some...
They can come and sit down with us and we can go over whatever their situation is and tell them what we have and how we do things and sit down and go over together.
Oh, great. Now, you service all of Wayne County?
Yes, yes we do.
Okay. And where are your sites located?
We're in Garden City. We actually have a little flyer. If I can hold it up, is that okay?
Sure.
All right. I don't know if you can zoom in on this, but we have Westland City Hall, which is my main office. We have Westland Jefferson Barnes, and that's our Vitality Center, Dearborn Heights City Hall, Dearborn Heights Eaton Center, Community Center. And we have Garden City Maplewood Community Center. So there's 5 different convenient locations for people, and we want to make it as easy as possible for you.
Excellent. So then if they contact one of those locations and then do they get assigned a navigator? Is that how it works?
No, whatever is closest to their home. So that's why we've kind of structured it this way. So whatever is closest and most convenient, you can go to any of those places. And like I said, we try and work with you. People, you know, where they work or they're you know, a distance away or whatever. And we can service, the grant is, well, let me go back. The grant is through Wayne County, but we can service you if you're from Detroit, if you're from, you know, Dearborn and other areas, Wyandotte areas, we can service you. So we work with Detroit, all of the surrounding areas, but the grant is through Wayne County that we have, yes.
Now, where can folks get more information about your program?
You know, if you go to our Garden City website, you can get some information there. And then the best thing to do is call us at one of these sites and we can get you some information.
Excellent. Well, Janice, thank you so much for stopping by
Thank
and
you for
informing us
having
about
me.
this
Thank you
wonderful
so
service.
much. Yes, absolutely. And feel free to just come on in, you know, and we'll help you. We'll be happy to.
Aw. Well, we will be right back with more Canton Contact.
This plus this equals this plus this and this. Don't drink and drive.
welcome back to Canton Contact. My next guests are here to tell us about a very special fundraiser that's scheduled to take place this September that will benefit the Canton Historical Society. Here with all the exciting details is Facility Maintenance Supervisor and Canton Historical Society Staff Liaison Greg King, along with Barry Boggs from the Canton Brew Works. Gentlemen, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
I understand that plans are in the works for another exciting fundraiser. What do you have planned for us this year?
Well, for the 7th year in a row now, the Canton Historical Society is putting on their brew brats and bands at the barn. We have all-you-can-eat brats available. We have bands playing music from start to finish. We have a wide variety of Michigan craft beers to choose from.
Oh, sounds like an awesome event.
It is a lot of fun.
When and where is it scheduled to take place?
It's going to take place September 10th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and it's out at Preservation Park. And if anybody doesn't know where that is, it's on Ridge Road, a bit north of Cherry Hill. The address is actually 500 Ridge Road.
Oh, excellent. And Barry, as one of the main sponsors, what sort of adult beverages can we expect this year?
Beer.
Good answer.
Yeah, we'll probably bring a double IPA stout, probably our Belgian Saison, and haven't decided on the 4th beer yet.
Oh.
So
Sounds excellent. Tell us a little bit about Canton Brew Works. Where are you located?
we are at the corner of Lily and Joy in the Golden Gate Shopping Center, 8521 North Lily. And we've been there a little over a year now. We expanded into the space next to us, so it's been going well, and we're excited to participate.
Oh, sure. And what are some of your popular beers that folks are purchasing?
People really like our Saison, Say What Saison, our Pale Ale Shakedown, double IPA. People really like it's Alien Autopsy. So,
And do you find that folks gravitate to certain beers at certain time of the year?
I find that, but we also have some people that want a specific style all the time. We'll have people wanting our wheat beer, our summer wheat beer, in the middle of winter. So.
Oh, interesting. Now, how should folks choose a beer?
Go with what they like.
Okay. So sample?
Sample, if you prefer lighter beers, there are plenty to choose from. Same with darker beers. So.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And what, in your opinion, makes a good beer?
Taste.
Taste?
Yeah, if it tastes good and you like it, then it's a good beer.
Okay.
So.
And how did you get into becoming a beer master?
Not
Or
quite a
brew
beer master.
Yeah.
Family, friends went and did a guided brew over at Saugatuck Brewing several years ago, and then my wife and I started home brewing, and it grew from there.
Excellent. Oh. And why is it important for you to take part in this fundraiser every year?
We love Canton, and we want to be involved wherever we can in the township. So.
Absolutely. Now, getting back to the fundraising event itself,
Yes.
I understand that you have entertainment scheduled.
We do. We have All Directions Band and the Dale Hicks Band.
Excellent.
to
And if memory
really-
serves me correctly, they were there last year, were they not?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
So fan favorites are coming back?
And it's easy because when they're done with their set, they walk up to me and they're like, "We've got to do this next year. Are you doing this?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah." So even for the bands, they just enjoy it. They love getting the crowds into it, having the crowds sing and so on. Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, sure, sure. And you already mentioned the food. Can you explain what you're offering?
We have basically all you can eat brats. We barbecue them there. We'll have sauerkraut, the fixins, so on and so forth. But like I say, it's a great evening entertainment, laid back, and it's just fun. Generally, we'll have around 75 to 80, maybe 90 different types of beer to sample. So whether you like a wheat beer, an IPA, a stout, that time of the year we'll probably have some pumpkin beers. We'll have a pretty good selection available, as well as ciders, and I would imagine there'll be a couple non-alcoholic drinks as well.
Ah, so when you say ciders, you mean hard ciders?
Yes, oh
Okay.
yes, oh yes.
Excellent. Now, how does the tasting work? Do individuals get tickets?
What happens is you'll either buy a ticket online at beerfest.com, who you can go either directly to beerfest.com or navigate through the Canton Historical Society website. Or you can get tickets from the farmers market that's out there every Sunday, or you can go to Township Hall and get them there, or they are available at the summit. When you purchase your ticket, and just as an aside, the pre-event cost is $25. You're entitled to a beer tasting mug and 7 tastes. So you'll end up getting a little B4 mug with 7 tickets in it. You'll come in, you'll have your ID checked, and your hand will get stamped, and you'll have 7 tickets. Now, if you wish to enjoy more than 7, additional tickets are also available. I think it's 4 for $5, if I'm not mistaken.
And you mentioned that the tickets are discounted if purchased. Is there a cutoff date?
Yes. The cutoff date, if I'm not mistaken, is...
September 4th, was
I
it?
think it is September 4th, yes.
And then after any tickets purchased after that would be the full price?
Right, $30.
Okay.
There are designated driver tickets available as well. We want folks to be safe and responsible. The designated driver tickets are $10. Still all you can eat. There'll be coffee, warm cider, non-alcoholic, available to you.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And this is a wonderful fundraising event. Why do you bring it back? Why do it every year?
It's almost a perennial event now. It started off as an event to put a lean-to on the one pole barn so that the Historical Society could expand their educational offerings to the community. Now, in its 7th year, it really has a life of its own. In the middle of December, people will walk up to me and talk to me about B4 or this or that, and the notion of not doing it doesn't seem real practical.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
Absolutely. It's
yeah.
a fan favorite.
It truly is. It's very well attended, very, like I say, very laid back. I think the hardest part is probably choosing where you want to go to get your beer.
Oh, sure, sure. Now, I know, Canton Brew Works is one of the sponsors. Who are your other sponsors?
Liberty Street Brewing out of Plymouth is also a sponsor. Beerfest.com, obviously. Alpha Graphics, Holiday Market, and new this year is Cutter Chrysler out of Ypsilanti Chrysler Jeep Ram. They will have a display there as well.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So all of their support helps make this wonderful event happen.
Absolutely. We would have a very difficult time doing this without our sponsors, without the likes of Barry. We owe a great debt to our sponsors.
Oh, great. Well, we're almost out of time, so if you wouldn't mind just recapping where and when and where folks can get more information.
It's September 10th, 6 to 9 p.m. at Preservation Park. The address is 500 Ridge Road. You can get tickets at the Summit, Town Hall, or Canton Farmers Market. You can get tickets online at beerfest.com or grab the link at Canton Historical Society website. CantonFund.org is also a place where you can get a link.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by and telling us about this very exciting event.
Thank you. Hope to see you there.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. We will be right back with more Canton Contact.
This plus this equals this plus this and this. Don't text and drive.
Hey folks, Canton Township has an app. My Canton is the official mobile app for the Canton community. The app provides a connection between the township and its citizens and visitors. Enjoy convenient access to local officials, businesses, and event registration. Whether a resident or visitor, this app delivers access to community news, events, emergency alerts, and more. Download the MyCanton app today and connect with the community. Available at Apple and Google Play Store.
Welcome back to Canton Contact. My next guests are here to give us an update on the Underwire Farm project in Canton. Here with all the details is Canton historic farmer Richard Waldecker, along with Beth Mead, the Canton Community Foundation Managing Director of Donor Relations. Thank you both for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Richard, why don't you start by telling us what exactly is the Underwire Farm project?
Well, the Underwire Farm is located on Ridge Road to Denton Road. It's under the ITC power lines, which is leased to Canton Township, who turns to me and said I can farm it. That's 14-acre site. 4 acres of it is a wetland, which we maintain. We farm the remaining 10 acres to grow produce to give the churches to help feed people.
And how did this get started?
It started in 2006 when 2 Canton Township trustees both suggested we need a living farm of sorts in Canton. Jumping forward to today, if you look around the Canton area, so much is being built and the farming is disappearing. So this is an attempt to preserve the farming which used to be in Canton. Plus shows school groups and other people how farming was done on a historical basis.
Now, what crops are you growing?
We grow various kinds of produce, tomatoes, various kinds, peppers, various kinds, melons, squash, just broccoli, cabbage.
Cauliflower, cabbage.
Yeah, many different kinds of produce. But to back up for a minute on Canton, if I may, 1961, Canton's a community of 5,000 people. It's a farming community. Until 1980, it's the sweet corn capital of the state of Michigan. So we're trying to preserve what used to be here to show people how the township used to be. That's all, just a historic preservation. Now this project got started in 2008 with soil samples approved by the MSU School of Agriculture. The land was good for planting. 2009, ITC approved 5 acres to plant, till and plant. That's where we were introduced to Open Door Ministry, which feeds hundreds of people each week.
Sure.
Supplies foods to families through Connection Church. And as a result of that, their school group came out, showed them how to harvest sweet corn, and they went to the people they feed. In 2010, ITC approved the whole site from Ridge to Denton Road, the 14 acres. So we started planting all the fields. But by 2011, we're already planning on the planting, where we're going to leave some fields idle, where you refurbish the nutrients in the ground. So starting in 2012, we started planting what you call cereal rye. Now if you go by today on Ridge Road, field 1, looks like a golden wheat.
Ah.
That's what's there. What we do with this is we plant it, leave it for maybe a year, plow it back under, then come back and replant it. Then the following year, the field is ready for planting. We've put the nutrients back into the ground rather than taking them away.
What a great system.
Yeah, this is all chemical free. We use no chemicals. As far as planting, and we cultivate to keep the weeds down. Like I say, we're a little bit like the Amish in how we do it, except for using mechanical things. We use 2 historical tractors. They're both 1940. One's a Ford 9N, one's a Farm All A. We have 17 implements, so we have 3 different pieces of equipment we can plant with. But as far as harvest time, everything is hand-picked. We have no equipment for picking stuff.
I see. Now, Beth, what is
That's
your
where
role
I
in
come
this?
in.
Oh, is that where you come in?
Actually, when I first started with the foundation, Richard was the first person that I met. One of the very first days that I was there, he came in and said he needed a transplanter because it was getting to be so labor intensive to actually go out and plant the plants. So we were able to get him a grant to go buy this antique transplanter. And being curious about the whole system, I said, I want to see how this all works. So the next spring, we went out and I helped plant, and now he calls me all the time and says, it's time to pick the tomatoes. And
How
so
fascinating.
It is. It's fascinating. The thing I love about it is we're walking up and down the aisles together with our bushels, and he's just telling me stories. Just stories about when he was in the service and stories about farming, and it's just a great way to spend an afternoon.
Oh, I bet. Now, it sounds as though, you have a lot of acres that are developing and growing crops. How do you manage all of that?
Well, the tilling and the planting, it's all planned out. I should mention Dr. Connie Boris started out on this project. but for reasons of health, she's more or less withdrawn from it other than the planting. But you have to have a plan what you're going to plant. And I should make sure and emphasize the township not only pays the lease agreement with ITC for the acreage, they also fund buying the plants. So Canton Township is a big brother in helping with this project.
Sure,
Make
sure.
it, but you just have to plan what you're going to plant each field each year, and you rotate the crops because some crops are more demanding of the ground than others. So you just have to figure out what you're going to plant and how to do it. As far
Now, in terms of harvesting, is it just the two of you? How does that happen?
more people, the better.
Oh, okay. So are you looking for volunteers or someone who might be interested in helping
Looking
out?
for volunteers for picking, and we'll show you how to pick. That's no problem.
And when does the picking happen?
It's already begun, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it
The
depends on the weather. You know,
Yeah.
we had got a late start in planting, and then, you know, now it's been very dry, so things haven't been growing quite as steadily. And because we do donate it all back to Open Door Ministry, they like to have their stuff delivered on Wednesdays. So we try and pick either on a Tuesday or a Wednesday morning and then take it over to Open Door.
Oh, great.
But it's a great opportunity for school groups, day camps. I'm working with the Canton Police to try and get them to get a group of young teens over there, and he'll go through the whole process and how it all works, and it's really interesting for the kids. They love it.
Now, how can folks volunteer?
They can contact us at the foundation. They can go onto our website, or they can call us at 734-495-1200, and I can connect them, and we'll get them out there picking.
Oh, great. And what is your website?
It is cantonfoundation.org.
Excellent. Well, we're almost out of time, but Mr. Waldecker, if you just wouldn't mind telling us where exactly is the farm located again?
It's a preservation park, township park. It's right beside it. It's on the immediate north side under the overhead power lines. Look for the red barn at 500 North Ridge Road, and you just look immediately north and you're looking at the fields.
Great. So they could check it out and then hopefully, if they have the time, volunteer and help you harvest.
Absolutely.
Also, we're looking for people with my type of background, retired with a mechanical background, because these antique tractors and equipment do require a lot of maintenance and making of parts to keep them running.
Oh, absolutely. I
So-
bet.
Yeah.
We're always looking for somebody with a mechanical background.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and telling us about this wonderful farm project.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time on Canton Contact.